力っていうのはね、サボってると体から出ちゃうんだよ。
ここらしいな。
ちょっと前までは何も。
確かに数日前、証人として出廷するために過激フォンテーヌにも仕事人がいるみたいだな。
数日どころか一晩あれば十分ですよ。パパパーっとあっという間に完成です。これぐらいで感心していただけるとは。いやいや、勝手に舞い上がって変に自信がついても痛い目に遭うだけ。覚えていらっしゃらないのですか？画像認識のレピーヌ・ポーリンですよ。おかげさまで
エイエイランド？
仮の名ですが、大げさに聞こえるかもしれませんが、本当にそう願ってご覧の通り、フォンテーヌの永遠をテーマにしたパークで永遠ファンと共に作っていく。
共に作る？なら少なくとも前回みたいに全財産を
いえ、皆さんと共に作り上げるとはいえ、私
またかよ。
後先考えねえで一切合切つぎ込んじまうなんて、偉大なる清流の道場をこうなんて思わないことだ。長所のみをくれてやる。
すまない。このうるさいチビのことは気にしないでくれ。
チビだと。
素晴らしい発明品ですね。
量産だと。俺は天上天下唯我独尊。あとはクレバーってとにかく覚えておけ。我が輩。
そうだったのですか。知恵の大先輩と。
バカとバカの開口だぜ。盛り上がってるけど、新しい友達でもできたの？
ご紹介します。イベント会場の設営に身を砕いてくださったフォンテーヌ・スピナディ・ロースラ会長のナビアさんです。
こんにちは、相棒。パイモンも元気だった？
キーニチだ。よろしく頼む。
おいおい、俺のこともちゃんと紹介しろ。気の利かないやつだな。
道のど真ん中で声を張り上げて名乗っているやつの紹介なんて。
さっきの自己紹介、こちらが偉大なる清流アハウさんね。お会いできて光栄よ。
礼儀正しいやつこほん。ナビアと言ったな。教養のある汝には。
ナビア、偉大なる清流。小動物って自分を大きく見せるもの。
一晩で設営が完了したのは、ひとえにナビアさんをはじめとするスピナイベントのやっと許可通知書が届いたんで、私のわがままを聞いてくださるのなんて優しい。
ああ、この人感情が高ぶるとこうなっちゃうの。イベントの詳細はまだ話してないだろうから、代わりに説明させてもらうね。簡単に言えば、シュバルマラン AA ランドはレピーヌ。シュバルマラン？
あのシュバルマラン夫人のことですよ。 長きにわたる努力とシュバルマラン夫人の愛らしいイメージでより多くの人々のハートを射止め、同時に夫人。
なるほど。いろいろ勉強したみたいだな。ところで、お前は永遠技術の研究に
完全にとは言えませんが、実は以前作ったサンプル、それをきっかけに
我らがエンジニアをスピナディロースらは主にイベントの運営や審査が通れば誰でもブースを出してアイデアを形にできるのよ。旅人、ここまで聞いてどう思う？収益も見込めるし、あんたの協力があればきっとさらにグルメ系永遠に出てくるみたいな超豪華なご飯も欲しい。
その点はご心配なく。出店側も参加者も食事、ナビアさんのご紹介でテーマレストランのシェフにはかの有名なあちらの方です。
次に食材の量を間違えたらまな板の上に乗るのはあなた。
アハウにぴったりの職場だな。
おい、何企んでやがる。
お嬢様、お話中失礼します。ちょっと
じゃあごめん。私はこれで。自由にイベントに参加してくれるなら後で私の。
厳しすぎると思わないでちょうだい。もしこんなひどい料理を出したら次に来るのは置き忘れた銃を取りに戻ってくるお客さんよ。
すごいお客さんだな。なんだよその反応。
ああ、いえ、ただふと思い出して、確かに。設営前、会場内を片付けていたスタッフが見た感じはフォンテーヌで作られたものではなさそうで。
ん？
観光客が落としたのか？
最初は私もそう思っていたの。でもあれこれ推測してもわざわざパレメルモニアまで届けてき。
パレメルモニアの人はい
つも通りですよ。簡単、箱の中身を確認もしないまま落とし物の知らせを。幸い精度な警官がすぐに危険物が入っている。そうしたらなんと
本当に危険物が入ってたんだな。
よかったらどんな銃だ。
そういえばキーニチさんはナタのご出身ですもんね。
仕事柄武器には多少興味があるんだ。
俺がやったおもちゃにもう飽きたのか。これだからお子様だ
ああ、とっくに飽きた。
と。俺様が授けたものをよくも。
年寄りはそろそろ休む時間だ。すまない。それで
ちょっと待ってくださいね。書いてみます。
おお、わかりやすい絵だな。
何か変なところがありましたか？でも本物もこんな感じで銃っぽくなかったんで。マレショーセファントム曰く射撃みたいな機能が確かに搭載されているそうですよ。
いや、特徴をよく捉えた絵だ。すまない。絵に集中。俺たちは何もしてない。
わざわざ足を運んでくださいましたから。みんな作業を頑張っているので私もそろそろ戻らないと。最後に旅人さん、お会いできて本当に嬉しかったです。またご協力いただけるの楽 しみにしていますね。
お前も気づいただろ？あれは普通の銃じゃない。ああ、古竜の遺跡か。正確には銃というより古竜の時代の謎の遺物。それに俺がフォンテーヌに来た理由を合わせて考えれば、例の密輸事件のパレメルモニアに行って確認してくる。助かる。仲間たちと挨拶したいならその後でも構わない。
マジかよ兄弟。
俺の真似してる場合かよ。
いや、友達を見かけたからつい。
オロルン、イファ、お前たちもフォンテーヌに来たんだな。
あんたなあ、いやキーニチが例の密輸事件のためにフォンテーヌに。
情報が早いな。
なんせ
からかわないでくれ。俺がメインの記事じゃない。
でも旅人とパイモンにまで会えると。
イファ、いろんなところを旅するから旅人なんだ。
ごもっともだ。さて本題に戻ろう。
なんでフォンテーヌに来てるかって。
野菜のためだ。
な、
僕から話そう。シュバルマロンエーラ。
シュバルマランだろ。
ああ、また間違えた。シュバルマラン姉さん、ごめん。とにかくそこのレストランからナタ産の野菜を至急調達したいと依頼を受けて、僕とイファが来ることに。
なるほど、野菜の配達に来たんだな。
俺は付き添いでな。こいつナタを離れるの初めてだろ。部族のじいちゃんば。
君だって初めてのくせに。
オロルンよりは心配ないって思われたんだろう。
つい最近まで働き詰めだった君を休ませるためだ。
おっと、俺も孫扱いされてたのか。はあ、いくつだろうがこいつとしばらく一緒にいると子供扱いされちまうんだ。
いいことじゃないか。
もちろんいいこと。じゃ改めて自己紹介を。
めちゃくちゃだぞ。あいつがここにいたら賑やかだっただろうな。
あいつは一緒じゃないんだ。
大丈夫だイファ、君はもう大人だ。カクークがいなくてもうまくい。
心配なのはそこじゃない。まあいい。とにかくカクークを助け。カクークが大変なことになっちまったんだ。
あいつあんなにちっちゃくて言葉もろくに話せないのに。
もしかして飛行物の法律か？
おう、あんたも同じ問題。
ああ、アハウがな。
ああ、おしゃべりなやつか。珍しく口を挟んでこないと思ったら出てくるのを怖がってるんだな。
それもあるが、1日分の無駄話の限度を超えたから明日までミュートしておい。
容赦ないな。
マジかよ兄弟。
居場所がわかる分そっちの方がマシだった。警察隊に追われてこの建物に飛び込んでしまったんだ。今頃刑事物の永遠に出てくるような。
建物、これか。
ああ、一番高い建物を僕も飛べることは飛べるが、イファは。
俺のせいじゃないだろ。
っていうか、高くと狩人に追い込まれた獲物が罠に飛び込んでしまった。宙を舞う書類と飛び交う弾をかき分け。
カクークは素晴らしい竜だ。きっとうまく逃げ。
おいおい兄弟、マジで言ってんのか？
もちろん。 こんなことで嘘をついても仕方ない。
まあまあ、みんなそれより中に入って核服を探さないとな。
ああ、
いいのか？助かるぜ。もし核服が言うことを聞かなかったら羽毛を2本ほどむしってもいい。
なんでお前が決める？
じゃあ君が決めてくれ兄弟。
わかった。核服が聞く耳を持たなかったら、
もし核服が文句を言ってきたら僕たち
文句は言わないだろ。
Nothing new there. What's all that?
No way, bro!
Did he say he came from Natlan? No.
Get out of here!
I can understand his words, just not what they mean.
Oh no!
He keeps repeating the same things. Oh, you know one another.
He's a friend! Yeah! A sort.
Great. Well, that was easy. Looks like we've tracked. Guess that's one less lost and found notice for you to write, Monsieur Neuvillette.
For real?
Traveler, was there something important you wanted to discuss with the I'm just about done with my business here. Need me to step out?
Stay and hear them out first. If I'm not mistaken, you are the same Mr. Kanich who served. I take it there's been a further development in the case.
That's right. Very perceptive.
So you've met Neuvillette before? What was it the trial over?
I've seen his photo in the papers, but as for this other gentleman...
Allow me to introduce you to Mr. Wriothesley, administrator of the Fortress of Meripede. Orin, please, feel free to share anything about the case.
Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you!
Wow, that sounded just like me. But should we really discuss official business in front of the sorry?
Oh, wow! Oh, no!
I believe he said... Or rather, I suppose he meant that he'll keep this to himself. Though I should mention, Mr. Kukuku, that we will have to ask you to sign a confidentiality agreement.
Sure thing, bro!
Let us return to the matter at hand. Mr. Kanich, was there something else you...
Yes. Let me fill you in.
Wow! It really is exactly like Lapine Pauline's sketch! That must be all that practice drawing engineering blueprints, huh?
So if it's true that this weapon came into Fontaine alongside the contraband from the smuggling case, then there's a high chance we overlooked a suspect.
That's exactly my line of thought.
I see. Mr. Kanich, thank you for reporting this promptly. I'll arrange for the Marechaussee Phantom to investigate right away. We should begin by questioning the prisoners in custody. Wriothesley.
I'll sign off on the interrogation request.
That would be much appreciated.
It's lucky that the Palais Mermonia wasn't scheduled to release any public bulletins.
I'll be staying in Fontaine for the time being. If there's any progress in the investigation or you need my...
Yep, we were just about to go help out with Lapine Pauline's convention.
Marvelous. Thank you all. Well then, that's left is to...
You miss me, bro?
He really does come out with the most unexpected things. Who did he learn it all from? Well, it's pretty extraordinary.
Anyway, according to due process, we must first determine whether Mr. Kakuku, and, following on from our conversation just now, drafting said agreement may take some time.
Looks like you'll be staying with us for a while then, Kakuku.
That would save us a lot of trouble. Many thanks.
All right then, we'd better get going.
What's the situation? How bad is it? Oh no. When I saw that Kakuku wasn't with you...
Relax, Eva. Maybe Kakuku just prefers sometimes you just have to let the kids grow up and make their own choices.
For real now? Do you even hear yourself, bro?
It's not that bad. Kakuku's fine. Still very much alive and kicking for starter.
He hasn't been arrested either, so no jail time.
See?
You're not exactly reassured.
As for the bad news, Kakuku accidentally overheard some top secret stuff, so he has to stay at the Palais Mermont, but there's no need to worry. The person in charge of looking after Kakuku is super nice, so he'll be absolutely fine.
All right.
But based on my understanding of how things work here, the ban on flying objects should be over by...
What a shame. Oh well,
You don't look disappointed in the slightest.
Anyway, Auroron and I will be staying in guest rooms upstairs at the Hotel de Boer for the time being. Feel free to drop by if you need us.
Yay! Problem solved! All right.
Traveler, it's you! Ready to join the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland crew? It's time, dear partner and Paimon, for us to turn. As I mentioned, the park was started up by enthusiasts who brought in the Of course, enthusiasts aren't typically all-around experts. We, for our part, handle long-term
operations? Strategy? It all sounds so complicated. We spend most of our time adventuring and we barely have any...
That's more like it. You've seen it all before, haven't you, partner? I'd even go... Anyway, first things first. Let's get an overview of... As you can see, our Fantasyland's a bit like a sugar-free macaron right now. Several areas are still under construction. The speed has only been able... That's why I chose to adopt upgrading facilities. So, it's our job to allocate precious time slots in each business cycle to the As we attract more guests and earn money to add to our funds, we'll also be able to work more efficiently, which will allow us to divide each
So we'll be limited in the decisions we can make and tasks we can... Which means we have to use our limited actions and Mora to earn even more Mora. kinda like playing chess or cards then. Cooking up a... Paimon thinks she just about gets it. How do you feel? Yep, come on. You mentioned standardized strategy guides just...
Of course. Film and entertainment mean different things to different people. And there's gonna be a why if we're not careful. Some visitors might wander off and end up getting in trouble, and others might pick up dangerous props by mistake. To avoid confusion, we need to create a standardized strategy guide for each activity.
Wow, if we're the first... But if we hit a tough spot, we'll just have to rely on...
Hopefully it goes without saying that I'd never put you in danger, partner. I also wanted you to experience the activities before anyone else gets to. It'll be fun.
Oh, those are two things Navia is best at. Making people feel safe and having fun.
Great. Well, I can't wait to hear what you think. Your input is super important to us. All right, then. Let's start with eclectic escapades. And both of you seem even more excited than...
Paimon hasn't actually watched that many films, but after...
Great job, Paimon. That's exactly what they'd be beyond delighted to hear that visitors are curious about. Some have even been willing to contribute extra funds out of their own
pockets?
That's right. While the Spina di Rosula covers the cost of basic booth materials and rental the cost of the booth itself isn't their main expense. Some of them have already started designing spin-off products inspired. Take our official mascot, Sir Intendant Chevalmoran, for instance. She won second place in the last... Many people have expressed interest in designing cushions based on her image. Using the highest... These cushions will officially go on sale at the next... Sounds irresistible, right? Plus, as Sir Intendant Cheval... After all, the fans are doing this voluntarily. Not for profit, but to promote... The more Mora ends up in Farina's purse, the better...
Oh, Paimon likes the sound of that. Everyone working hard for something.
Still, we can't just ignore Mora completely. Why, the same logic applies to the Chevalmoran film fan. Once we finish the standardized strategy guides, our attractions can officially be... There's plenty of work to do at the various booths. And the park itself is a work in progress. There's a recruitment section on the park's bulletin board. We've received many applications. Once assigned, the staff will keep the
Wait, so we've suddenly gone from being playtesters to heads of human resources? That's definitely a first. Just don't hold everyone up to your... Alright, time to review some resumes. Looks like this particular employee is really getting into their role.
You're both. In any case, with this, the Cheval running a theme park is a long-term project. You won't make much. We're just about done with our current work setup, so let's take a short. Well, the numbers might not look that impressive, but building on this momentum, we must to draw in the crowds. I've invited one of Fontaine. She'll be performing right here in the amusement park.
So, is the restaurant part of our business
The restaurant is up to standard, and the waterside location will make free. Ingredients, check.
Hey there, Escoffier.
Oh, my employers are here. The president of the Spina di Rosula, plus the famous traveler and pie.
I'd say that if anyone here was overqualified, it would be the former.
I'm guessing you want the traveler to help me decide that.
This is the business strategy I mentioned earlier, but this isn't just about attracting visitors. Just imagine, Paimon, if all you needed was a single.
Then Paimon come in.
Now, here's the twist. To get the most out of this strategy, based on research by a certain food branding, so give me some inspiration every few business cycles. And now then, give me your hand. Oh, your hands are calloused from wielding your sword. But still... A sword, then. The theme this time shall be strength. Alright, let's find out what strength looks like. I've refined the sauce for these barbecue. The mint extract in the seasoning leaves a but if you ask me, I'd...
The artisans?
As I'm sure you've noticed, this park isn't quite. As their bosses, you have an obligation to provide. Who knows? The morale boost might even improve their productivity.
Oh, if I recall correctly, you once served up some. For several days after, the workers were all incredibly efficient. They'd finish 8 hours of work and.
Then there's no time to lose. Go invite the.
That's a great idea! You really live up to your reputation. Looks like these themed dishes are gonna make a huge difference after all. We'll have to make sure we check. The artisans are pumped and ready to roll thanks to that themed dish.
And perfect timing, too. Let's take this chance to take the facilities about.
We should be able to attract more customers by upgrading.
That's right. And when that happens. That should be.
Huh? Have we? Thinking about it, we have learned quite a lot.
Oh, not at all. I wouldn't say I imagine long-term operations sounded like. But don't let that scare you. Just break things down into smaller.
Whoa, seeing your own progress has really got Paimon. From here on out, we'll be running the Cheval Moran Film My parents always say, no matter...
Let's roll!
It's been a few days, but let's head over to the Palais Mermonia to see how Kakuku's doing.
Here I go! Get back on track!
Hey everyone, we're here! Oh hey, my little dudes! Good morning! Oh wow, Kakuku's learned a new greeting! Is that good news or bad news though?
Sorry, I did everything within my power. But so far, I've only managed to teach him.
Wait, so that's all you've been up to this whole time? Get out of here! Huh? Okay, so good mornings aside, please tell Paimon there's been some other
Of course. That's why I'm here. Kakuku's not the only one that Mr. Ridesley's been getting to talk.
It was nothing. These guys weren't exact.
So, what's the deal?
After racking their brains, they remembered speaking to an inconspicuous middle-aged man just as they were preparing to pack up and leave Natlan. He was dressed in the manner of the Children of Echoes and carrying a box. Plus, the description matches the one the gun was found in. All in all, he didn't look any different from your average Natlanese traveler. Perhaps seeing that they were dressed as merchants, this man stopped for a chat, inquiring where their goods were headed. The smugglers were very cautious, though. But all this happened before I crossed paths with them. I happened to notice them as they were preparing to set sail. I thought they looked shady, so I snuck aboard, and ended up being carried along all the way to Fontaine.
Boss, do we know if those Fontanians will even like this stuff? What if we can't shift it?
And that's why we call you a rookie. It's all supply and demand, kid. Supply and demand. Natlan's foreign trade is just starting to lift off. There'll be a market for it, you'll see.
That's right. So stop giving the boss trouble, rookie. Just do your job and keep an eye on the goods.
Are they merchants? Have they come to Fontaine to do business? Scarred face. Calloused hands. On closer inspection, the fabric looks worn at the knees and elbows. Could he have previously been a warrior? Or even an adventurer? Something feels off. I'd better sneak.
Nice thinking, boss. This tourist tub's been fast going and smooth sailing. Plus, no one's been asking us what we're up to.
That goes without saying. Big cargo ship would have been too slow, whereas the smaller ones would have been faster but way too bumpy. If we ended up damaging the goods by accident, all these months spent grafting away would have gone up in smoke.
Seriously? But there's hardly anything here. Would it really have taken them months to prepare? And why would they need to transport it with such care? Could they be secretly smuggling precious items out of Natlan? I'll need to find a way to get to the bottom of this. Let's go hear what these criminals have to say for themselves. Sure enough, there are relics inside the box.
Hey, why the long face? You're abroad on business, and you get to do some sightseeing while you're at it. Sounds like a pretty sweet deal to me. You better cheer up if you know what's good for you.
I guess you're right. I was just worried I might have messed up with the packing, or that something's gonna go wrong along the way.
Oh, pull yourself together. Tons of foreign tourists come traveling to Fontaine. I bet their luggage is full of all kinds of weird stuff. If someone insists on checking it all, just show them the purchase order we had drawn up. Those Fontainians can't get enough of their legalese, so I've heard. They can look all they want.
Aha. So their aim is to smuggle in contraband after all. Looks like I've gathered enough intel about the smugglers and their So anyway, that was when I went and told the Fontainian guards about my suspicions. After an investigation and a chase, they finally apprehended them and sent them on their way.
Well, guess they're headed exactly where they should be.
Thanks.
Based on your recollections just now,
I was completely focused on those smugglers at the time.
Yeah, Kanish, you did great!
in other words, the person who brought the gun here, the one who lost it, has no connection to the smugglers whatsoever. They were working entirely on their own.
Oh dear, oh dear!
Sounds like Mr. Kakuku wants to chime in?
He said this elusive individual's actions are positively mystifying.
It's a good observation, I quite agree. However, we still know next to nothing about the person. Perhaps we should start...
It certainly seems like it was the bait in some kind of trap. The only question is, why wasn't the bait made more conspicuous?
Has something sprung to mind?
I just remembered a film I watched this one time.
Huh? Oh, wow! No way, bro!
Hold on, let me explain. Just now, the traveler speculated that this box might have been placed there on purpose, as if the intention was for someone to come pick it up. When they demand their ransom, the kidnappers tell the victim's family to leave money or valuables at a designated spot for someone to come pick up.
That doesn't merely happen in films. There have been similar cases in real life. In fact, if anything, it's probably the real-life events that inspired the films.
Sounds plausible.
Wait. This raises the stakes to a whole new level. If the gun really was some kind of ransom, then since we took the box, the kidnappers never got it. Does that mean they executed the hostage?
I agree. I don't believe we have a kidnapping on our hands. Selling off stolen goods is extra work that most kidnappers would want to avoid. Unless they're after something. Could we be dealing with a kidnapper who's dead set on getting their hands on an ancient dragon handgun? It's not impossible, but the likelihood is very slim. And speaking of selling stolen goods, don't you think this...
So, bottom line, this was an individual smuggler at work.
Exactly. And it was the location itself that caused the deal to fall through. The last thing they would have expected was for a quiet beach to turn into a bustling film convention overnight. Not only is the area now packed with tourists...
That sounds like a plausible theory, but how do we verify it?
Looks like your people better start rolling up their sleeves.
How so?
Easy. Just follow the usual procedure by putting up a lost and found notice. The more routine we make it seem, the more likely the suspect will come forward to claim it. Even if they send a proxy, we're liable to get our hands on new leads. And timing-wise, it's about time all we need now is a lucky gestionnaire.
Ah, so that's what you meant by rolling up their sleeves. In that case, I may as well write it myself. Delegating this to someone else would require an additional explanation.
Or are you just not used to asking others to work overtime?
Is that really a major concern here?
Well, looks like I won't be needed around here. At least until the notice has been posted.
You could always wait here if you like. The Palais Mermonia serves a particularly fine cup of tea, if that swings it for you.
Thanks, but no thanks. I left a very noisy creature with a friend before heading out.
Ah, I wasn't aware that you had a pet, Mr. Kanich. Speaking of pets... Yep, that's the plan. Out of here, indeed.
I believe that what Wriothesley is trying to say is, you are free to leave, Mr. Kukuku. Furthermore, it has been determined that Mr. Kukuku should not, in fact, be classified as a flying object, as...
You're the best, bro! should we bring Kukuku back to Aoife and Auroran?
I shall leave him in your capable hands. Indeed.
How?
What? What now?
Let's shake hands.
Fine by me. Get ready for a knuckle sandwich!
Oh, nice dodge.
Paimon feels strangely inclined to keep a safe distance. Did you miss me, bro?
Cuckoo, you're free!
Ugh, not you again. Nope, didn't miss you in the slightest.
Hey, Gramps. And hey, Paimon and Kanich. It's good to see you all. Thanks for bringing Kukuku back.
Get it away! Get it away from me!
Nice to meet you, bro.
Who are you calling bro? Say that again to my face! I dare you.
If you've got the energy to argue this much, you're clearly not hungry yet. Let's go find something to eat while a How lives his best life.
Poor How. He spent all day being tormented by Auroran, only to discover that the suffering's just begun.
Aoife, as a Saurian vet, how can you just sit back and watch our little dragon bro suffer?
Huh? How am I the bad guy?
Even hear yourself? Ah! Doesn't anyone want to hear how Kukuku got out of jail?
Don't lose hope, How. By the same standard, you have freedom of movement now, too. You're still in the game.
Same standard? I will.
That's right. You won't. As far as I understand, the Palais Mermonia will want to assess your case on its own merits before they grant you freedom of movement.
Where's that Saurian meat restaurant again? I'm gonna march that little pink balloon right into the kitchen!
Yeah, good luck with that.
Also, there's no such restaurant.
Anyway, thanks for looking after a How, guys. I'll take over from here.
Why you? Between the two, Kukuku wins the cuteness competition hands down. Ah, really? Thanks! Wait, who are the other contestants, though? The lost and found notice. Maybe we should go hang around the Palais Mermonia to see if anyone shows up to claim it. Huh, looks like there were quite a few others with the same idea.
Ah, hello, you two.
Have there been any developments? Okay, guess not. Well, the notice was only just posted. Guess it's pretty unlikely that someone would show up right at...
Special Patrol, open up!
Ah! Who's there? What's going on? The Special Patrol?
I don't think that's who this is.
Hey, this isn't the time for silly jokes! Let's go check it out.
Good day, all. Gramps, grannies, aunts, and uncles.
What in the Teyvat are you doing here, Auroran?
Oh, he must be the one you mentioned. Kukuku's owner?
One of his owners. Kind of. But, bro, what are you doing here?
I'm here to claim a lost item.
Is this the person you saw on the boat, Mr. Kinich?
Somehow I highly doubt that. For starters, he just addressed us as Gramps and Grannies. And unless this is the youngest looking middle-aged man in the world, I don't think he's our guy.
Huh. Was there something wrong with my door-knocking etiquette? That's how they...
That's not door-knocking etiquette. That's the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol doing their job. Completely different things.
Oh, I see. I figured it was just a polite way of requesting entry, to show the people inside you had something important to discuss. Oh, sorry about that. I totally goofed that one up. Give me a moment. I'll go back out and try again.
So, Roran, you said you were here to claim a lost item. What did you lose?
Yeah, so...
For real now? Oh, come on, bro. Auroran, be honest now. Were you the one who lost this?
No, it belongs to a friend.
So it belongs to Aoife?
Of course not. All right then. I knew this wouldn't go well. So here's what went down. This morning, Eve and I were playing rock, paper, scissors. Before long, he'd lost, as he usually does. So we figured we'd head out and visit some of the Cour de Fontaine's famous... When we got near the plaza, a man suddenly stopped us to ask for help. He said that he had lost something and that someone had found it and sent it over to the Palais Mermonia. But apparently he used to work here and was worried it'd be awkward bumping into his old coworkers, so he asked us to pretend to be the owners and claim it on his behalf.
You didn't manage to keep that pretense up for long.
It's fine. I'm not the one who feels awkward anyway.
So, a former employee of the Palais Mer...
Yes, at least I assume so. He looked like a well-dressed gentleman. We were about to refuse, but he was so polite.
Could it have been a disguise?
Oh no. Auroran, Paimon thinks you've been tricked. Oh, maybe he already took off and escaped as soon as your mission went pear-shaped.
No way. I'm not that dumb.
Huh?
He's not going anywhere. Aoife and Kukuku are keeping an eye on him over at the plaza.
Keeping an eye on him. I like the sound of that.
In that case, let's hurry over to where Aoife is. Time to catch that con man and find out what's really going on here.
Wait a minute, I have a question first. Traveler, Paimon, you're pretty famous in Natlan, right?
Oh, we're basically household names. But why do you ask?
Would that be a problem?
Remember when I said that the seller might be watching in secret?
If so, then picking Auroran to do their dirty work was a careless mistake on their part.
It suggests that the person who got Auroran to claim the item might not be fully in the know themselves. There are plenty of unanswered questions, but standing around racking our brains won't help. However, I still suggest that the famous faces among us, meaning the Traveler and Kinich, oh, and of course, Monsieur, we'll empty the box, give it to Auroran, and then he can claim the item as if nothing happened. I'll follow to check if anyone is watching. I doubt anyone would recognize me anyway, so I shouldn't draw too much attention.
I think this plan is worth a try. I shall leave it to the pair of you.
So, I have to go undercover again, right?
Well, not exactly undercover. Just drop the special patrol persona and be yourself instead.
Roger that. Over and out.
No sign of any suspicious individuals around here. Auroran has entered the elevator as planned. I'll head over to the plaza now. Nothing suspicious going on here, either. Strange. Maybe we're overthinking this?
Oh dear!
Stop with the pecking! Stop with the pecking! Please, sir, I'm begging you, do me a favor and get...
The heck are you on about?
Sorry, but he's not my pet. He's my coworker. And I should warn you, he's not too happy with how you're talking about him.
What the... This thing has a job? So in Natlan, they just dish out jobs to any old thing.
Uh-oh. Kukuku's not too big on being called a thing either. You're on your own now.
I'm sorry. Please, Mr. Kukuku.
All right, Kukuku. That'll do for now. Let me ask him some questions first.
Sure thing, bro.
Auroran actually looks pretty serious this time. Was he just pretending? Interesting. Think I'll sit back and see how this plays out.
You actually got it? Wow, didn't think it would be that easy.
Ah, excellent. Looks like sending you was the right approach after all.
After all?
I mean, because the staff at the Palais Mermonia don't recognize you, right?
So, I got it. but I don't remember promising I'd hand it over.
Huh?
This thing's pretty cool. I've taken a bit of a...
Please don't do this, my good sir, my master, my lord. My very life hangs in the balance.
His life hangs in the balance?
If this means so much to you, what are you gonna offer me in return?
Are you trying to get him to say my life?
How'd you know that?
Because I watched that film with you. You should drop the act. We don't want a real misunderstanding in our hands.
You're probably right. But honestly, I don't know what else to say. Sorry, this is the most myself I can be. Is that enough?
Enough. More than enough.
Who's this dude?
Just think of me as a staff member from the Palais Mermonia. Now, if you don't mind, I have some questions for this gentleman about that life or death treasure you were just discussing. Truthful answers appreciated, of course.
Oh no, I'm toast now.
What's that supposed to mean? You don't think the Palais Mermonia has the ability to protect our citizens?
No, I mean, yes, of course they do. Please ask away.
I could do that. But I'd rather you...
I suppose I only have myself to blame. So I'm a collector of antiques. Nothing excites me more than rare, old relics, and to be completely honest, if someone's selling, I'm buying. As for the seller of this particular item, well, I've never met him in person. We've had some prior dealings, but always as long as I took care to hide a time and place somewhere within the text, then slipped some mora into the normally, everything goes off without a hitch. But this time, I arrived. That was not what we'd agreed. But I couldn't just let it go, so I reached out to him again the same way as usual. He replied, and do you know what he said? He told me that the item's now in the Palais Mermonia.
Well, he wasn't lying about that.
He insisted that it would be inconvenient for him to make an appearance himself, but said that if I could somehow... Of course it wasn't the discount that swung it. Do I look...
Feeling smug now, are we?
Feeling smug now, are we?
No, please go easy on me.
Go on.
Where was I? Well, anyway, I thought to myself, seeing as the item itself came from Natlan, it would make more sense, and by a stroke of complete and utter coincidence, I'm so very sorry I underestimated the pair of you.
I need you to clear something up for me. You haven't paid the seller yet, correct? And yet he told you to collect the item from the Palais Mermonia. Was he not worried that you...
Well, to be honest, though, I can't claim to know him. Besides, this is a guy who managed to get his hands on an ancient Natlanese.
Fair. That makes sense. So, Mr...
Please,
All right, Mr. Argento. Listen very carefully to what I'm about to say. It will determine how much of the rest of your life you'll be spending beneath the waves.
What does he mean? Is he gonna drown him just like they... Oh, I get it. He's talking about that place at the bottom of the Fontanian Sea.
Shh, can it?
Owing to your suspected involvement in the illicit trade of Natlanese relics, you're now one of the suspects in an international smuggling case. A trip to the Opera Epiclese seems unavoidable at this stage, but on the bright side, you still have one chance to make things...
Okay.
It's very simple. Just reach out to your seller in the same way as usual, arrange to meet, bring the money, and make the deal. Just be sure to let me know all the details. If we can catch the other party by doing this, you'll have gone some way toward redeeming yourself. Understand?
Oh, I see. I understand. You shall have my full and unadulterated cooperation.
Good. Don't break the law, and don't even think about making a run for it. The Palais Mermonia will be watching you and ensuring your safety. All right, take the box, but leave your ID. As for you two, Protocol dictates that I should take you both back to the Palais and have you sign a confidentiality agreement. But that would take a lot of time and effort.
Such a hassle, bro!
See? Mr. Kukuku knows exactly where I'm coming from. So, I was thinking, since you're all—
I understand, sir. We got dragged into this by accident, and it has diddly squat to do with us. Out of respect for the traveler, we won't say another word.
Oh, I know this part. We better keep our mouths shut or we'll both be sleeping with the... In that case, I understand completely.
Not exactly what I was going for, but if that's how you want to understand it, then be my guest. Then it's settled. Thanks for your help. Boy, am I glad that's over. That's enough work for one day. Time to head back.
Judging by your expression, it must be good news, huh?
It went smoothly, on the whole.
So basically, we hold off until Argento and the other party have set up the next stage of the transaction. Then we plan—
Patience will be key.
I get that. It's like hunting. I'm just not sure the other party will take the bait so easily.
Well, if he didn't need the money, or if he valued self-preservation, on top of that, although he hasn't shown his face yet, he seems to have no followers or accomplices, and he's relying on an extremely limited set of options to push the deal along. So, if you ask me, he seems like someone who cares a lot about his image and has a somewhat high opinion of himself, but lacks any real ability. I almost get the feeling that if he misses out on his every move is like a spin of the roulette wheel, hoping that the ball will land exactly where he wants it to. Or, I don't know. Maybe he'll cut his losses and vanish into thin air, and our efforts will have been in vain. At least Natlan will get the stolen relic back, so it won't have been for nothing.
In that case, let's hope his arrogance stays in play.
Everyone, I have just briefed the Marechaussee Phantom on the situation. As soon as there are any further developments, we will act without delay. When that time comes, we will be relying on your help.
We'll be waiting for the good news! Running late again.
There's a lot that goes into managing an orchard. Watering, weeding, fertilizing the soil, making sure the temperature is right. But most importantly, you have to keep the fruit in a good mood. This one of those things where you gotta use it or lose it. So, wanna train with me sometime? is that? Our hero, the Traveler? And Paimon, too! Oh, I guess I shouldn't be too surprised. Mrs. Coiffier already told me you were the big boss here. But when I saw you just now, I forgot myself for a moment.
Tactically speaking, the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland, isn't it the idea that everyone works together to make it as successful as possible, and then we all share the profits? But, wait a sec. Why are you here, Veressa?
Well, not long ago, Mrs. Coiffier placed an order with me for her restaurant, as she often does. In her letter, she mentioned that showcasing my orchard's products at the festival would boost sales and help build my brand recognition. After talking it through with my parents, I decided to give it a now that I'm done with the restaurant's ingredient order.
The thought of enjoying fresh fruit from Natland here in Fontaine does sound pretty appealing. But with this many customers, wouldn't it be exhausting to watch the stall all day?
Huh? Am I supposed to be watching the stall the whole time? There's an attraction over there called Movie Masterpieces, right? I heard some of the challenges are based on famous films. Some of those films have even been adapted into great comics. I'd love to...
So, you're not doing any business at all?
Back in the Collective of Plenty, I just said when closing time came around, I'd wake up...
To be fair, that does sound nice. People in the Collective of Plenty are a lot... Fontanian customers are no doubt trustworthy too, but... let's just say they're not used to self-service shopping. Plus, if you just leave the stall unattended as a Natlanese merchant, people here might think you're gone for good.
In that case, I'd better start... But I'll need to buy some things in the city before I promise to bring back some Fontanian clockwork mecha for Coach... Oh, and I also wanted to try...
We might not be locals, but we've explored Fontaine quite a bit. We know our way around.
In that case, give me a moment to get some extra fruit. Ad Astra. Thank you for Ad Astra.
Give me some space.
Drop your weapons!
Catch that!
Headbutt! Antenna! Grant me strength! Kapow! Hero incoming! Shower me with grit!
Skyward! Scatter! Make way for the attack!
Hero incoming! Charge! Heads up! Running late again.
Let my name echo in song! Skyward! Let's light it up! Teamwork is true!
Justice o'clock! Headbutt! Hero incoming! Hurry up, Brassa! Strike a pose!
Scatter! Skyward! Seize the skies!
Look out below! Hero incoming! Boost! Look out below! Woo! Hurry up, Brassa! Headbutt! By my spark, the night burns! Shower me with grit!
Scatter! Skyward! Make way for the attack!
I'm going in!
Let's light it up!
It's justice o'clock! Charge! Kapow!
This realm is true. If you ever have it.
Hurry up, Brassa! Let's roll! There's a lot that goes into managing an orchard. Watering, weeding, fertilizing the soil, making sure the temperature is right. But most importantly, you have to keep the fruit in a good mood.
What should I choose?
I guess I'll post a commission at the Adventurers Guild.